Hey, good afternoon. This is Bob from Trade Genius. It's the 19th of July, and I'm going to start this chart showing you something. This is John Hussman's chart, so I want to make sure I give him attribution for it. This is what's called a Sornet wave, and basically you have this is the classic definition of a bubble and a bubble ending. So you have the first phase of it, and then it rolls down, and then you have the second phase, and that rolls down. You have the third, the fourth, and then the blow off. And you know, right now we're at pretty much the blow off stage. This is from 2009 up till the market today. And so this market is for the Nasdaq over 600% higher on GDP growth of like cumulatively of like 25%. So this is all been just basically central bank buying and driving the volatility indexes into all-time lows. But it ends. It has to end. It's mathematical. It can't go on forever. It will cause other disruptions in the economy, and I think they've taken it to the wall. And we're dealing with algos, and the algos use a math function to do this. And I think we're pretty close to the top here. We're going into 3 months of uncertainty, and we have political uncertainty, we have geopolitical uncertainty, we're going into a budget crisis, and the Democrats are looking to pick a fight. They're not looking to compromise. So I think everything's lining together. Earnings aren't keeping pace. The Fed said they're stopped buying on the balance sheet. The Japanese are going to run into trouble if they keep trying to devalue their currency, because food prices are moving up and oil's moving up. So it's going to cause them great difficulty within their economy, because there's inflation and there's inflation, and once food and energy start to move higher, they talk about they want to have good inflation, but those are really taxes on the people. So you get higher prices and lower consumption and lower velocity, just the opposite of what they expect. And that's what's going to happen. And so I just want to show that to you. This is kind of where we are. It's amazing. If you look at the SPY log chart, it looks even more impressive, pretty scary from a different perspective, how sharply higher this is going. And then the NASDAQ is just absolutely breaking away from its standard deviation channels when it's been modeled with volatility. Just amazing. So let me just whip through the charts, talk about where I'm at, what I'm doing. And today I was mostly closing positions and sitting and waiting and upping stops. So VXX, of course, they're trying to grind it down. And I'm just probably going to go in, looks like alphabetical order here. I didn't get a chance to adjust it. Wheat is getting to a point here where you might want to get ready to buy it again. Okay, pretty flat today. I sold some more calls on my my WPM position, and for those that are in it from the stock standpoint, the stop still remains where it is. And we're within like 5-6 cents of where we bought it. Okay, looking at this in a long-term chart, doesn't look like biotech's doing much, and it slipped back underneath the 60 here, which is interesting. If this stays below 60 and money flow rolls over, it'll be a short. XIV, like I said, I'm just staying away from this thing. This thing's broken, and I don't know when it's going to become fixed. Okay, I'm short XLE. I bought the breakdown of this. Could have been a breakdown fake out, but this for August, so we have time, and I'm just going to sit on it. And I have the 64s because I think oil is going to roll over, and we're going into the third and fourth quarter, and the rig counts will probably start to roll over as well. Financials, I don't even know why this thing even gets any kind of attention. The banks are in big trouble. Tech grind today. Amazon, part of the tech grind, masquerading as a consumer company. or I should say the other way around, consumer company masquerading as a tech company. But yes, they stuck it in with the retailers to give that some oomph. Okay, XME kind of broke out a little bit today. I didn't trade it, and so I'm just going to wait for it to for me to get a retracement here before I jump back in. Apple, we have the 145, 140 for August. Again, I'm looking for August, September to get a retracement in the NASDAQ. AG, we got out of AG today, 791, so profitable trade. And now we're just going to sit and wait and look for another opportunity to get long it again. I think we'll get an opportunity now to maybe short Boyle, watching the natural gas tomorrow, see if we get a rollover. Corn's holding up very well, and it looks like it's ready to pop higher again. So just keep an eye on it. DBA moving on the strength basically of coffee and sugar, and when you look at my long swing, I have where I'll sell half off again, and so we're profitable in this trade, and we'll look for it to get stretched up into here, and then we'll take half off again, let it come back down to VWAP and buy back. That's what we've been doing with the ags until they break out of this rectangle. Okay, drip. I didn't make a call on it, but it's way outside of its band here, so it's probably an opportunity for it to run back up to VWAP. So I may call the trade tomorrow. Here's we're gonna wait for the yen meeting tonight. So ideally for me is that they'll jump this VWAP and go. Not good for me is if they hit this thing and they start ripping it down again. The only thing that'll work for me is my oil shorts, and but I think it would give strength to the market, which I'm not looking for. GDX is up over the VWAP. It looks good, you know, depending on how long you want to hold these things. So it's been stronger than some of the small caps miners, which is kind of interesting. There's GDXJ is not doing as well. The larger cap ones are holding better. There's GLD. We're still in our IAU. Moved our stop up. So actually, I moved it down, so I screwed up. Stop should still be 1188. I just typoed it when I put it in there. So we're holding it, and like I said, 1188 is my stop, and I'm still looking for a goal to keep grinding higher, but if I get stopped out, we're profitable, and then we'll just look for another re-entry. They pushed this thing to the top of the range, and this will probably be a good opportunity to get short this thing in a couple days. JJG, our take half off is around 30. We're getting this is strength of corn and soybeans on this. There's coffee. I didn't take the coffee trade, and it looks good. So if you're in coffee, you want to look for like a stop out at 1790 area. But I think coffee's in a go. I mean, Brazil's getting hammered, and they're also already talking about a crop reduction. So this could be the move that we've been expecting in coffee for a while. MOS, nice pop today. We were in it. I closed it on this inverted hammer here. MOS has this tendency to have a pop up, as you could tell, and the next day roll down hard, or get a pop up and roll down hard. So if you know, I want to avoid this. So I went and took profit now, and hopefully I can rinse and repeat this thing now for a while. So we've had two nice trades on MOS. It's been a long spring with it. NVIDIA, I'm just watching this. Glad to see it going negative. Thing is grotesquely overvalued. Oil, it's getting to the top of its channel here in my view. So I know a lot of people are looking for 49 for oil. And so tomorrow, if it's oil's down, don't get too excited because they'll turn around and push it back up for Friday. They usually do. And then I think that'll be the opportunity to short it in the next week. There's the Qs. I think they hit the wall here at 144. It's a double top. But we shall see. Sugar's doing great. So that's about right where I have our target for this trade, 3181 area. And it's going up nicely. So we'll see what happens. But I moved the stop up on it anyway. So so if something happens, you know, they like to whack this thing sometimes, we'll at least make profit on it. SIJ, gonna wait on this one. Missed this trade, so I'm still trying to get used to this, but same head fake on the XLE. This is materials for fracking. So somebody knows something about rig counts for this week that I don't know, but that was a nice move on it, but I've already missed that move. So SLV's up here on the edge. We got soybeans here that are looking pretty good. SPY's pushing up. It's way above where it is normally on VWAP. Again, there's just no volume. If you look at market profile on these things, NASDAQ's 100 points above its point of control. Just ridiculous. Okay, we bought SQQQ at 28.10 for the swing trade. Stop is 3% below, and no target set yet, but I'm looking for this at least a 10% trade. SSG, I'm looking to get in on this thing tomorrow, so I just want to see what it does with all the news with these central bankers tonight and in the morning. And TWM will be interesting to me if it gets down to around 20. Twitter, I'm just kind of watching it. I want to see what it does. But it was grinding higher today by 0.7%. And Twitter, I use Twitter, but I guess a lot of people aren't too excited about it, but I want to see if it breaks out or not. Okay, we have UCO puts the 14s for August. And so you see my theme. I'm shorting tech, I'm shorting energy into their seasonal weaknesses. And I always short the ultras because even if I'm not totally right, the grind helps me what's called slippage. So that's why I buy puts instead of calls. That's why I short and go long instead of going long. So it gives me every opportunity to profit from the trade. There's UNG. I'll be looking to see if I may buy puts on this tomorrow or Friday. And big pop again on uranium. And so a lot of people are thinking, hey, you know, weak dollar, big moves. Dollar sold off pretty hard, so a lot of it's going to depend on what the yen does tonight. And dollar's last 2 days here, gap down, has been slowly trying to fight its way up, but you know, this doesn't look like a big positive bar to me. So I wonder if we're gonna, you know, get a gap and crap here, you know, and have this roll over and have the yen pair pop, which would be my ideal situation. Is UVXY trying to get a little bit of a bid here during the day. Here's the VIX under 10, amazing. And VVIX actually, a little volatility on the volatility, interesting. It's still down though for the day. And we're back to VXX. So, all in all, you know, get the energy service names popped. and you have the ags grinding higher for the most part, at least the soft ags, and then you got the the big indexes grinding higher into potentially into oblivion. So who knows, we may just rip out of there and then crash, but I'm just gonna wait and see. So tomorrow will tell me a lot, and they may just grind this thing all the way through Friday. Who knows? They got somebody on the run here. It's going up 0.5% a day, which is just ridiculous. I did the calculation, so we're at a 68% annualized run rate on the NASDAQ from November to today. And I mean, it's who's growing at 68% a year at the end of a 10-year move? I mean, they can't even devalue the currencies that much and buy assets that much or buy stock back that much. So I just think this fever is going to break, and so now they're just we're with remorseless algorithms, so they're going to let the humans puke up, and then they're going to let this thing go, because they're just going to hop off the train, and you're going to find this thing down 10% and lickety split. So anyway, it's Bob from Trade Genius. That's my story, so I'm sticking to it. And tomorrow, just to remind everybody, Day Trading Money Machine, I'm doing a video webinar, so show people how I use it, talk through best practices, answer questions for people who own it, and answer questions obviously for people who may want to buy it. It's really good software, and today didn't really do too much because we had oil news, so that was the bulk of the move, and then the Qs did a lot of their stuff pre-market, so in Q. So there was not really much there today on it. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye-bye.